Middle of October now, and I'm putting a couple of plants in the ground. I've got Gardenia jasminoides double diamonds and a frilly harts tongue fern. And then a look around the garden, this hellebore is just coming into bloom. First, the harts tongue fern. I believe this may be Crispin Bolton's Noble. I had stood it in its pot by the fence where I thought I would plant it, but now I've decided to put it near the mosses. I'm hoping that this will help to create a humid atmosphere in this area. I dug a hole and I'm adding some horticulture grit and some leaves that have been composting for about a year. This variety with the ruffled leaves is very special and I hope it can grow well here. Filling all around the plant with some normal compost. Next, the gardenia. I've decided to put it here, which is where I had originally thought the fern would go. This will have a maximum height of 90 centimetres and a spread of 70 centimetres. The information says to grow it in sheltered borders in well-drained, rich, fertile, neutral to acidic soil. So I'm adding some grit to help drainage and some fresh compost. The glossy leaves will look good here over winter. This part of the garden gets some sun from May to July, so we'll see if that will be enough for it. I filled in with the compost and grit mix and, as usual, topped off with the local clay soil. I noticed when I was planting it that it had a flatter side, so I put that along the fence and the bushier side facing the garden. Hellebore articulifolius flowers are just starting to open. This has been in the garden for a year now. I'm so pleased to see that it's liking this spot. Tobacco flowers are starting to fade now. There is no sun anymore for them. The witch hazel leaves are starting to turn yellow. The leaves are starting to fade on Cornus white gold. Two varieties of sea holly and the fern are still bushy. This hart's tongue fern at the sunny end of the garden I had shaded by the elephant ornament, and it's done quite well. The other hart's tongue fern was planted along the bed towards the house, so it was in a slightly less sunny spot, but it only got shade once the tobacco plants had grown tall. It's noticeably smaller than the other one. Next to that is another sea holly, but this one has been fighting against the slugs and snails. Back at the sunny end of the bed, the plants are green and bushy. I had previously added some grit to this area, so they should have improved drainage. Maybe this is why they are doing better. I was surprised to see that the hydrangea had grown a few fresh flowers at the bottom of the faded heads. Also, I was amazed to see that these begonias are doing so well in this mostly unloved pot at the end corner of the garden. The foxglove that was in the pot dropped its seeds, and these have grown here. However, they will be pink flowers, and I'm only looking for white flowers for this bed. It's also where I'm going to extend the bed right out to the paver, and I'm going to plant some snowdrops and crocus for the spring here. So these will have to move. In the trough in front of the shed, the tomatoes did actually turn red, despite there not being much sun on them. I didn't try eating them though. In the herb pot, some toadstools appeared, amazing looking things. I probably should have got rid of them, but I decided to let them stay. The leaves have all fallen from the small oaks and hazel in the box. The meadow grass, which covers this area, has been flattened by the wind and rain, and also the cat. I'm going to leave it over winter and then plan to cut it back in the spring. The flowering mahonia is dropping petals on the calla. And these small snails have found their way up there and seem to be enjoying eating the petals. In the spring, I had cut back a branch from the mahonia, so this year there's only one flower spike, and it's turned out to be bigger than ever. There are still many bees visiting the flowers, and a spider made a web. Below the Fatsia spider's web is the newly planted fern. And next to that are the high humidity mosses. Fatsia spider's web has developed ball-shaped flower buds. A white stem has grown near to the top of the plant, and the flowers branch out from this stem. And that's all for October.